Welcome back to Panzer Campaign's Tunisia 43. I'm excited about this turn. It's going to be the start of day 2. As a reminder, Tunisia 43 does not typically have a dawn and dusk turn as other Panzer campaigns typically do. We're going to go straight into daytime, so we'll have full visibility. It's going to be a glorious morning, and we're really going to bust some heads. I want to balance explosive aggression with getting some of these real frontliners pulled back a little bit. The 8th Army is what I'm looking at on the screen right now, and they're a bit of a mess. So I'm going to take some time to organize them today. I've got big plans. I'm going to look at the objectives on a unit by unit basis. I thought maybe I'd do corps by corps and then divisional. I am gonna play live in this video because I feel like it and I'm having a lot of fun. To start out with, I'm gonna run the turn, and then because we will have full visibility, that will allow me to adjust my approach appropriately. I have made some revisions to my plan. I spent a lot of my last video talking about where I was kind of planning on heading. So I am going to speed up the AI turn, and let's go ahead and run the turn and get shot by some artillery. Here we go. Close these windows. So the 1st British Infantry, the Highlanders. The Highlanders need some rest. They've been pushing really hard in a lot of places, but I do have some guys that have been, oh man. The New Zealander light tanks are paper thin and do no damage. They're really not very good, so I want to get them out of there. Yeah, Highlanders taking damage. The 6th and 7th Armored British divisions are engaged with artillery, as are members of British 5 Corps. U.S. 2nd Corps is taking some artillery fire. So that's the first round dealt with. Now we're going to move a bunch of units all around, and we'll see where that goes. The AI is thinking and moving right now, and here it's starting to shoot more artillery. 8th Army taking some hits. This is I believe the 1st British Armored, and then the Highlanders Division. Again, they're really quite fatigued in a lot of spots. The frontline infantry in this division have been hard at it all day yesterday, assaulting and going up hills and stuff like that. Okay, so more artillery. This is the 4th Infantry, 7th Armored, 6th Armored, all these members of the 9 Corps. Here's the 1st Infantry again taking artillery. I did make some progress again with the Moroccan Division. Oof. Yeah, I got a disruption against one of my 78th Infantry, which is like one of the units that I actually wanted to pull back, so doubly so now. Varsity is engaged with artillery and small arms. French African Division. Here we go, the Highlanders again. 1st Infantry. It's all over the place right now. The AI is doing a big round of shooting everybody. All together, it doesn't look terrible right now. I got at least one disruption. Okay. We got some defensive fire. Nothing too exciting. This is all pretty boilerplate right now. They were unable to disrupt my engineers, which are clearing mines, which is great. Gotta take that bunker, keep that road clear. Okay. Last turn, one of the French African division was undisrupted, or French African Corps was undisrupted, so I should have both of those units to assault that bunker again. Great. The turn is over. I've got air units available. I'm clearing mines. That should be in the sector of the 1st British Infantry, which it is. I've got some isolated units in the 50th Infantry and 8th Army, which are pinched between two bunkers, which I dislike. Recon unit out there. Looking again. Let me conduct my ritual right quick. So I like to, so this is turn 7, I like to compare, I wonder what it would look like as a chart over time. I'll probably do that. I don't know if it's really reflective of a measurement of my kind of management. I don't know. Okay, so looking at the command report again, so we've got the isolations, 19 units out of command. Yeah, that's a lot. Compared to last turn, it was 5. 11 artillery units unavailable. Compared to last turn was 20. I've got 22 units low on ammo. Compared to last turn is 20. 7 units undisrupted. So let's take a quick peek at that. I'm just going to breeze through here. My engineers, where is this unit? Oh, it's in the 1st Infantry, that's great. Okay, yeah, HQ of the 1st British Infantry. Infantry from 1st British, Moroccan Division, and oh great, that unit that was disrupted over the last turn was undisrupted, but they're at medium fatigue. We really need to get them off the line. Medium fatigue and less than 80% combat strength. Alright, so, okay, good. Artillery is undisrupted. One of my AT guns is undisrupted. And 3 units are set up, so some guns that I have moved around. I do have to move a lot of my artillery around because I had it limbered or in transport mode. 18 units are low on fuel, which I think is going to be the same as last time. Yes, 18 units are low on fuel, 134 recovered fatigue, while 158 units gained fatigue. The units gaining fatigue overnight, I'm not sure how exactly that works. I think it's any unit that takes an action, which I guess would make sense. That number would make sense. Okay, and then a bunch of units recovered losses. And I'm going to save my turn here. And then we're going to look. 0. I like to keep a backup of my save. Alright, starting at the top here. I resuborned the French Africa Division to the U.S. Second Corps, so now they're within the same supply chain as the Second Corps, which is very convenient. I use the Corps attachment feature to do that. Alright, I do have an action item as well, which I like to keep track of. I have a battalion from Red Bull that is separated. They have a company over here which is holding their flank, and I just want to pay attention and make sure they don't get too far apart from each other. Okay, so I've got lots of artillery. Most of my artillery that's set up looks like it can hit. So this is my main target here with the French Africa Corps. These entrenched units won't do any good to shoot at the bunker. I'm not sure if I should bother. Let's see. This unit is already disrupted. This unit up on a hill is not disrupted, and they're up to possibly battalion strength, so I'm going to hit them. No joy. No effect, no effect. Okay. This artillery unit, what is this exactly? Is my 47th Infantry. Okay, I see it. Only one target available. One one man, smaller guns here, keeping up. I'm gonna move this artillery unit because, oops, they don't have a good shot really. Oh, you know what? What I'm gonna do instead here, what is this for? This is the 60th Infantry Regiment, so find me somebody from the 60th. I'm gonna go ahead and start moving some of these guys up to see if maybe I can spot for this artillery unit. It's not looking great so far, but both of these guys are from the 60th, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to break a company off, put them in transport mode. Can I move up here? Yeah, okay, so can't see anything. I'm going to get these guys conjoined again. Why can they move further? Okay, well, tell you what, let me put that, and then I'm going to send this scout tank up here. Both of my recon units are kind of far. Okay, nothing. They have to drive through brush too. Oh, so that's something. We can probably hit. No, we can't, but we can't. Maybe? No. Okay. There's a bunker down here that I need to deal with. Crap. I'm going to add that to my list of action items, actually, and I'm going to conjoin these units so that I don't get carried away with my list of action items. So sometimes I do like to come back and say, like, hey, there's a bunker that I want to destroy that's not immediately visible at 134.39. 0.39, destroy bunker. And in this way, I'll keep like a running tally of any action items that I need to complete. As the scenario develops, I find that that's useful to do because, like, I'm just moving these units all the way around, and maybe I had a very specific thought about a very specific tank battalion or something that has to be in a very specific place, and if I don't take care of it, I'll forget. Alright, so that being said, I don't think I'm going to get the target for this artillery, so, but I'm going to leave them because after I move the rest of the units from the 9th, from varsity, then I might end up having a target, but I'm not going to belabor the point right now. I just don't want to shoot that broken unit. That's worthless to me. Okay, so yeah, some entrenched units that I can hit over here. I've got visibility on them. They're both unknown. Let me see something here. I got something for that house. Okay, set the speed back. Defaults, no, AI speed. Okay, so I just moved this unit, this company G from the 135th, from the 2nd Battalion of the 135th Infantry Regiment of the Red Bull, up on this hill. They're under rough cover, which gives them 30% bonus, and it gives me a direct line onto this unit of the 334th Infantry Division, which I'm going to target with my artillery and tanks in a bit here. Okay, so hit him. I don't know if having direct line of sight makes any difference. I don't think it does. Okay, so more artillery down here, and what am I looking at? This unit's already disrupted. We've got some Fallschirmjäger that are digging in. Maximum priority. So this unit is, it's in an improved position. They're digging in right now, and if they dig in, they'll move to an entrenched position. So this is a high priority target to disrupt because that will prevent them from digging in with a trench. Okay. Put them here. This is heavy artillery. That's great. 5 men. Good. Yeah, same target. The artillery from the 1st Armored. We're gonna hit these guys as hard as I can. Don't want them digging in because that's really gonna make it difficult for the 1st Armored Division to get through there. And I'll probably hit them with my tanks too if this artillery doesn't disrupt them. Okay, I've got my core artillery here, which can also fire on the same paratrooper battalion. They're taking a beating, but it's not enough. I've got some of this core artillery I was moving in travel mode last night, and I didn't have a chance to take them out of travel mode, so I had to do that, and I only get one shot out of them. I got my disruption, so that's great. I'm going to walk my fire back to the same company of the 334th Infantry Division that I had targeted and flanked with my G Company from 2nd Battalion. So here we go. I don't see any other targets that I might want to hit. 1st Infantry hasn't moved forward yet, but I'm pretty happy shooting these guys over here. Okay, I've got this unit of artillery, so they're going to wait. Okay, so here's the 1st Infantry Artillery, which is going to, 2 of them are going to move, and 2 of them are going to fire. Let me move these first. Yep, perfect. And this heavy one, also perfect. They'll set up starting next turn, and then this artillery, let me check the range on here. We've got 1 more kilometer to the east and 3 to the north. I think that should be okay to wait 2 turns. So here's the artillery for the 1st. That's unit's already disrupted. This other undisrupted unit, this battalion of from the 1st Infantry is fighting from a minefield. At least it's in broken terrain, as well as this forest to the southeast. Okay, no target for this unit. This unit has got a target, and the correct target that I would like to hit. So that's good. I'll hammer them down. More artillery, same target. Excellent, no effect. No effect. Alright, moving on. I've got the artillery for the French Africa Corps. Given the targets available, this entrenched unit, no effect. No effect. And I'm looking at the 152nd Field Regiment, which is a unit of the 6th Armored. They've got a nice looking trench over here. I'm not going to be able to shoot everything that I want to. Given my options, I will, yeah, so Remy had mentioned that he liked me talking through the reasons for my artillery targeting. So I've got 3, well, really 2 potential targets. I've got a trench and a trench. Both are going to be under close quarters combat with my battalions this turn. Both are undisrupted. The reason that I picked this one on the south is because the trench line that I need to take this bunker, and the adjacent trench line will serve as a good position to set up my assault from. It'll give me cover while I'm getting ready for my assault. So that's my reasoning for picking this target. Here we go. Good. These guys are in the open. These guys are disrupted and are getting badly mauled by this tank unit over here. I don't think they need any more artillery. Plus, I do like hitting the... Oh, yeah, got it. We broke that unit. Alright. Same target, again, for the 6 armored artillery. This trench here that I was going on and on about. This, I wonder... This unit from the 6 armored... This artillery from the 6 armored... I don't know why he can't hit this trench over here. I don't understand that. He should be able to. He's got a unit that is... Maybe it's because he's... oh, yeah, I think that it's... he's attached to the Queen's Lord Infantry, which is... Ah, yes, my Q hotkey. Alright, great. That actually will help me out here. I was going to move these guys south anyways. I'll move both at the same time. How long with this tank? Yeah, he's got good soft attack. Actually, can I shoot him first? No. Blocked by terrain. That's fine. So here we go. Now I have a line with this artillery unit. Problem is, well, first of all, that's a lot of defensive fire. Gosh, chill out. Let me think for a second here. It doesn't super duper solve the problem that I have, which was that I want to fire this artillery. I mean, I guess it kind of does. It's just that I need to remember to move these units immediately. Yeah, we'll just take care of that. Okay. So there goes that artillery. And let me go ahead and move this unit immediately. This is going to be an assault. A good assault, too. I want to move this tank unit. I can't. Okay. Here we go with the assault. Good. Success. And it doesn't look like we took too much fatigue or anything like that. And that doesn't put me in position to use this tank unit. Okay. So shoot at this trench here right quick. I should be firing my artillery. I got a gun. And lost a vehicle. Okay. Keep shooting. Fatigue. This unit has high fatigue. I need to withdraw them, honestly. Let me do that. Okay. Now, can any of these guys move? Yes. Okay. Back to the artillery at hand. So here is artillery for my Indian division. Great. I'll be expending that. Probably. Let me see here. Actually, I'm going to follow... Because one thing that I was really wanting to know... so I'm looking at the 310 Baluch Regiment. I apologize for the... or battalion, I should say. I apologize for the name, or maybe this is a regiment and it's just a different unit of measurement. So they've got 10 assault. I need this trench. I need to find the bunker because I forgot which hex it was. And if I can get at the bunker, it might be better to shoot at it with my artillery, though I don't usually like to do that. And maybe I find another trench or something. Let's find out. So there goes my assault. That worked. And we got 2 of their guns. We exposed the bunker that I needed to expose. We can't get a visual on that because of the terrain here. That's okay. What I can do, though, is I can hit these guys with artillery in the open, which is much more to my benefit than hitting them in cover in the trench that I am now occupying. Okay, 3 men. 3 men, love it. All right, now I've got targets for, let's see here. I've got targets for, this is the 23rd Armored Brigade, and I've got infantry. I think that this infantry, they're French Vicky units, so probably a little bit lower quality, but they occupy this obnoxious hill. And kind of the conundrum that I'm running into is that, like, I'm doomed either way. I've got to get up into this hex right here. I don't have like another way to go about doing this unless I just want to take terrible losses. So I think it's going to be more beneficial to aim south first and eliminate this unit and secure the flank towards the mountaintop here, Jebel Fikirin. So here I go with my artillery. More artillery for the Indian Division. I'm going to hit the same target which is out in the open. This infantry unit here, 6 men. 3 men. More Indian Division artillery. Same target, 1 man. 2 men. Okay. And next up I have, this is, I forget, this is a core, 30 core artillery. It's a 5.5-inch gun. I've got targets, kind of. Yeah, I do. Let me see the range on this thing. I should probably be moving it soon. Yeah, I'm gonna move this gun. I should have set it to move before, because this is one that takes the entire turn to enter and exit travel mode, so it's basically going to be moving all day. Alright, I've got artillery from the Highlanders. This is also a 25 pounder, no idea. 12 soft damage. Yeah. Italian 80th Division. Yes, there's only one available target. A trench line with undisrupted men. So the next one, they set up a trench over here, I think. I don't know what this is. It's Italian. But yeah, that's kind of a bummer. That's going to be really tough to get through because it's flanked on either side by impassable terrain and they're holding the road. Annoying. We'll get them. Okay, so here I've got artillery for the 50th Infantry. We'll hit this trench line. More of the 50th Infantry. Oh, we got a disruption on that. I looked down for a second. Oh, here's a nice juicy trench. Hit them. More. Okay. I really want to get this recon unit because they've been given my, it's like half-track recon, and they've really been giving my New Zealand tanks a really hard time. They're at 102 fatigue. I gotta get them out of there and get some actual infantry up here. I'll talk about that. But yeah, they're already disrupted, so it's not the right target. Heavy infantry coming at these. I think these are Germans. Yeah. Okay. Next, artillery. This is Army? No, the New Zealand Corps. I don't think. What is my target available? Oh, here's a trench. Okay. Lots of bunkers to contend with up here. Alright. See something. Checking visibility. Dang. Okay. Well, We'll start with this bunker. I've got more guns trained at it, though I do have guns trained in different directions as well. Okay, 1st Armored and 8th Army is going at it with their artillery on this bunker. Don't like shooting up bunkers, only target. And my artillery, so this one back here from Varsity, I'll move him up. I've got lots of artillery to move up for Varsity. I'm moving all of their artillery right now, almost, except for the regimental guns. The divisional guns are moving up. They'll be in position next turn. They should be. I have to deal with this bunker. Let me keep moving my artillery because there's still some that I had to unlimber. Yeah, this is just, I gotta move these guys across the stream. So that is all. Yeah, don't have the capability to move them any further. So, what about these engineers? Are they gonna get in the way? Not really. I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move them up this hill. That keeps the path clear for the engineers next turn. Engineers, here's Patton. I don't know why he's over here. I parked him over there for some reason. Oh, he's in a village. Okay, that's why. I parked him in there for the night. So I'm just gonna move him regular. Alright, more artillery that I want to move. I already fired them. I already fired. Oh, I set them to move. What other artillery did I intend to move? These guys are needing setup. This unit will require all movement to set up, so I'm going to move them as far as I can. Okay. These guys can go. Can you? No, they're gonna. They will require the full movement. I want to set this one unit up. Both of these guys can set up on the road. I don't have anybody behind, so, and we don't need the room to maneuver, so we're good to set up directly on the road. This unit is moving. I don't know why I'm moving them. Okay, yeah, you've got plenty of range, so you can put right here. Maybe I shouldn't have put you right there. You are right on a bridge spot. Crap. I'm gonna live with the consequences of my decision. If I need to move them, I'll move them. Oh, man. Hopefully I do not need to. I do have engineers. Yeah, that was kind of the plan that I had talked about, was to shift units between using the engineers, so I'm good there. More artillery. This unit is unavailable, so we'll go ahead and get him moving up. This unit is also unavailable. This is some more of this. This is not Canadian, it's Newfoundland artillery. Newfoundland did not join Canada until 1949, according to something that somebody told me on the internet, Remy. So if you have any questions about that, ask him. More artillery. Setup required, low fuel. I'm content to leave them here, I think. Oops. That's a little bit short. I think I want to move them. Why don't I just leave it the way that it is for now? We'll get them set up next turn, hopefully. The setup parameter in this particular scenario, I think, is high. It's like, where is it? I'm only gonna look for a second here. Artillery values, stockpiling, artillery setup 90 and 90. So I think it's a 90% chance to set up. I guess I just got unlucky. Oh, taking note. So here's that armored column that I was talking about. These guys are freaking serious. This is long barrel. I don't know exactly what model this is, but they've got at least um, 11 tanks and probably a lot more than that, and they have at least 200 infantry and probably a lot more than that, and they're blocking this road. And this is, I'm a little bit off base on what I was concentrating on. Oh, they've got me surrounded. They've got two armored columns. I need to recon these guys. Wow, they've got, this is trouble. I'm gonna probably withdraw from here. Okay, let's not get too far off track here. Let me keep moving my artillery around. Yes, 8 guns. I'm gonna wait to move him because I don't want to run the chance of blocking any of my traffic. So these guys can move. I'm not moving anybody. Actually, I might on this road. I was gonna say I might move some units on this road, but I think if anything, it would be more to set up a blocking position. I'm really worried about this pincher of armor that's coming at me from Jebel Ruas and from the direction of Ain al Asgar. I feel like I've really got my 6 armored division kind of caught out here. The good news is they're in the perfect position to withdraw, so I'm going to do that, but I don't want to belabor the point too much. Okay, I've got some more artillery to move. I want to move this HQ unit up while I'm at it. Okay, that's as far as it can move anyways. Okay, any more artillery? Yeah, the first armored, or the first, let's see here. Can you get here? You can hit this bunker if you get here. But you can't deploy. It's a trench line. It depends, doesn't it? I have my recon unit here. This is an anti-air unit. I don't remember if, I'm trying to figure out where I can move these AT guns to. And zone of control. There are exceptions to the zone of control rule, and I think one of them is towed heavy AA units do not exert a zone of control. Do not believe this is a towed heavy AA unit. This is probably a towed AA unit, but it's not a heavy one, and I can delineate that because I'm using the NATO symbols, and heavy units are designated with a black strip, a vertical black strip on the left margin of their unit icon, such as is illustrated in this machine gunner here. You'll see that with artillery and anti-aircraft units. So all that being said, let me get these guys moved. It's taking too long. I'm going to move them up here, and then I'm going to move the artillery as well. I don't love that, but here we are. I'm going to try to, well, let me keep doing what I'm doing. Here goes more artillery. I can take them out of travel mode. Okay, I think I already, yep, I moved him. I shot all the artillery. Yes, I got the artillery for the New Zealand Corps, which I think I'm going to push forward as far as I can because I'm planning on getting the New Zealand Corps as far as I can. So this looks like a very pleasant spot. I'm going to move all of the, to be accurate, this is the 2nd New Zealand Division Artillery, lime green. Okay. Perfect. So that's all of the artillery that I wanted to move. I'm going to save my game. Just got a little concerned sometimes that like the game will crash or anything like that. Okay, so back to the task at hand. My next item on my to-do list is the newly attached French Africa Corps, which is now subordinate to the U.S. Second Corps. So I'm going to move them. All right, real quick before I dig in on the division to division level, I want to give a corps by corps overview of where I think I'm at and kind of which direction they're going and any adjustments that I'm making at a corps level. Um, First, take a look at the victory points just to catch up on that. Start at day 2. So we have 540 total points so far. We need 11,000 for a major and 8,000 for a minor. We have pretty low losses comparatively, 2,108 versus 7,693 Allies Axis. So let's look at the corps level. So US 2 corps here. They are mostly in good shape, I feel like. Red Bull and First Armored, they're making progress. I know that we're going to get CD Nasir quickly. I want to get Jebel Antra secure today. I want to start securing the Tyne River Valley with the first infantry. Yes. So I want to take a look at the northern flank of the U.S. Second Corps specifically. So originally my plan here was going to be to push through Highway 7 to Jaffna. Right now, what I'm finding is that there's a large amount of resistance concentrated to the north of Highway 7 in this kind of forested reserve mountainous area. And I'm finding less resistance to the south of Highway 7. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to fan out Varsity. Some of this, it's going to stretch them a little bit thin. I can make it work, but it will stretch them a little bit thin as far as flank security goes. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I don't think that there's a lot of enemy concentrated in this area. So what it will look like is that I'll hinge here where I'm currently, like where my line is, and I'm going to fan out in this direction, and I'll have like regiments, kind of battalions spread out here, and then we'll attack north towards Jaffna. And we'll take the entirety of Highway 7 all at the same time. And we'll also take this row of bunkers at the same time. In the meantime, let's see here, which regiment is this? This is the 39th Regiment, is going to be starting to move towards like a blocking position, which will allow us to cut off any units that are trying to retreat from Highway 7. I don't think we'll be able to do like an encirclement. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit thin. I might try to get some recon units, some core recon units up north here to support. Anyhow, that's what's going on with U.S. Second Corps. So next corps down the line, let me take a look at my list here, is going to be the 1st Army 5 Corps. Which consists of really, I guess, just the two. No, I've got 3 infantry divisions. No, 2 infantry divisions in the core troops, which, by the way, is the 25th Tank Brigade, which is pretty badass. They did great on day 1. I feel like they've got more heavy fighting to do, and I do need to pay attention to the fatigue levels of these divisions. But they were able to make good work of these paratroopers. I've got a bunker to take out at this crossroads. Peter's Corner is going to be a real challenge. That's going to fall on the 4th Infantry Division along with support from the 25th Tank Brigade. Um, I don't know, maybe they abandoned the position. I show up there and there's nothing. We'll see. Otherwise, they're going to be at a core level, kind of. This road is going to be the boundary between. Well, I'm looking at that again. I'm thinking about this armored column that is pinching 6th Armored. Anyways, this road is going to be a boundary, so if anything else, we can prevent armored counterattacks from the southeast by securing this road. And then we're going to take Jebel Kramfir and kind of push through, again, Peter's Corner and Kassar Tir northeast. Objective is still Ain al Askir as kind of again, the boundary between the two corps. So the next corps on my list, 9 Corps. Also, excellent performance, I would say. The southern flank here, I think, kind of struggled a little bit. That's okay. We're in a good position to launch our attack with the 6th Armored Division in with the 38th Irish. Do I have that right? Let me see here. Yes. So the 38th Irish is going to be attacking eastward and taking this bunker line that's separating Point du Fas and Highway 4 leading to the Milliane River. So we'll be on the march that direction. Now, again, with the 26th Armored Brigade out of the 6th Armored Division, I'm going to set up a defensive position. I don't want to tangle with these guys unsupported. Um, the defensive position might be like kind of exactly where they are. I would like to maintain this high ground. One problem that I'm facing right here is that the 46th Infantry Division, which performed exceptionally and disintegrated all opposition, is a footborne division. So it's going to take them time, possibly like the whole freaking day, to get through to the position that the 26th Armored Brigade is in right now. Additionally, I do have motorized infantry, which can come up to support the tanks, and I can really spread out. And I think, yeah, they can't. The armor can't get into these marshes, though, is the problem. So I don't know yet. I'll figure it out when I go to move them. Um, Next, what am I looking at here? Okay, still in 9 Corps. Yes, the 6 Armored, sorry, 7th Armored, they're working on this problem down here, which is the north of the reservoir and is I don't know. Originally, I had intended to use it as the flank to Highway 4, but I'm going to be punching through there with the Irish brigade, the Irish Infantry Brigade from 6 Armored. So, I don't know. We're pushing back on all fronts. We're going to keep doing that. Now, the 1st British Infantry out of the 9 Corps, I want to push. I want to trade space here and move these guys down this hill and get into CD Said and work on clearing this whole gnarly mess over here. We can take this crossroads. We can secure this road in anticipation of the Moroccan division moving up north. We can investigate in different ways, send companies out to recon, get to the tops of hills, all of that good kind of stuff. So that's what we'll be doing there. Moroccan division is going to keep fighting. I keep getting to the 8th Army and just saying, like, this is kind of a mess. I gotta just deal with it on a case-by-case basis. So that's where I'm at. Back to the point at hand here. I'm actually going to say that this is a good stopping point for this video. So we've done a lot. We're going to go ahead and pause, and then we'll look at pushing units around division by division. Thank you very much for watching.